Hello, this is going to be my my hands-on lab for a scale and load balance your architecture. Um, anyways, this one is a little bit longer and I might do a little bit more talking, unfortunately. But um, just reading from the lab overview and objectives, this lab walks me through using the elastic load balancing and auto scaling services to load balance and automatically scale my infrastructure. Just for some definitions from like what I've learned, elastic load balancing automatically distributes incoming application traffic across multiple Amazon EC2 instances and excuse me, it enables me to achieve fault tolerance in my applications by providing the required amount of load balancing capacity needed to route application traffic. And um, they also, in the instructions, they also gave us a definition for the auto scaling. Auto scaling helps me to maintain application availability and allows me to scale my Amazon EC2 capacity out or in automatically according to conditions that I define. So, just to start off with task one, um, which is going to be create an AMI for auto scaling. In this task, I will create an AMI for the existing web server 1. So this will save the contents of the boot disk so that new instances can be launched with the identical content. So I'm just going to follow the instructions here, and as per usual, we'll go to EC2. Instances. And web server 1 is there. And it does display 2 out of 2 checks passed. So now I will create the AMI based upon this instance. So, per usual, in the Actions menu, we will choose Image and Template, Create Image, and then you type in the configurations that they gave us. And image description. Mm, optional, but anyway. Mm. It says that I should get a confirmation banner that the AMI ID, um, or that the banner should display the AMI ID for my new AMI. Right there, I think. And I will use this AMI when launching the auto scaling group later in the lab. I wonder if I copy that. Let's see. So in task 2, which is to create a load balancer, in this task I will first create a target group and then I will create a load balancer that can balance traffic across multiple EC2 instances and availability zones. So we do so by here. Um, And just from like what I've read, in a given analysis, target groups define where to send traffic that comes into the load balancer. The application load balancer can send traffic to multiple target groups based upon the URL of the incoming request, such as having requests from mobile apps going to a different set of servers. My web application will only use one target group. Um, Mhm. VPC. And just to note, targets are the individual instances that will respond to requests from the load balancer. I do not have any web application instances yet, so it does point that I can skip this step. Um, yeah, so it says review settings and then do create target group, load balancers, create load balancer. So there are several different types of load balancers that are being displayed, and I will be using an application load balancer. Um, this one that operates at the request level, and it says in the instructions layer 7. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but routing traffic to targets, EC2 instances, containers, IP address, and Lambda functions based on the contents of the request. So we will do create. And network mapping section. And then for VPC, we will always do the lab VPC. And I will now specify which subnets the load balancer should use. Um, the load balancer will be internet facing, so I will select both public subnets. So, um, it says to choose a first displayed availability zone and then select public subnet 1. And then the second one, and then public subnet 2. Perfect. And then I should now have two subnets that are public subnet 1 and public subnet 2. In the security group section, web security group, um, I think we're supposed to get rid of the default security group. Yep. Um, and the web security group should now be the only one. So we're just going to scroll to the bottom, create it, target group. Sorry, I didn't say anything about that. Maybe it did. I don't know. Whatever. Yay! Okay, so the load balancer is successfully created, and it said that we can go to View Load Balancer. Hmm. View? Choose View Load Balancer. Okay, so I didn't necessarily find that. I don't know if I like skipped over it, but I'm just gonna move on to task 3, which is to create a launch template and auto scaling group. In this task, I will create a launch template for my autoscaling group. A launch template is a template that an autoscaling group uses to launch EC2 instances. Um, and when you create a launch template, you specify information for the instances, such as the AMI, the instance type, a key pair, and security group. So we will do that. Under auto scaling guidance, select providing guidance template. Application and OS images. My AMIs. Sorry. And Amazon machine. Choose web server. Sorry, I have like allergies. Under instance type, we'll choose micro. Detailed CloudWatch monitoring settings. So next I'm going to create an auto scaling group that uses this launch template. So in the success dialog, choose lab config launch template. Am I supposed to click that? Oh, okay, I was. um, Auto scaling. Create auto scaling group. Confirm that the lab config template I just created is selected, which it is. Next. Um, Choose VPC, lab VPC. Availability zones, choose private subnet 1 and private subnet 2. Okay, I'm going to stop here and go on and finish in the next video.